Good afternoon, Tony and Robert. Candy D. Jason, Maurice, Mayosha, LaDonna, Maria. Good afternoon. Hopefully everything runs well today. Cheryl, good afternoon, Cheryl. Just talking about technically in terms of content. Whatever happens, happens. I make no promises today. I make no promises. 513 do. Good afternoon. I did not make this hoodie. No. Public cannot buy this. This is old. Like we changed our logo at one point before we done been through so many things. They changed the logo at one point, and this was the logo. Darnell, good afternoon. Taj, Vanessa. Vanessa, when you gonna be on my show? I keep trying to get you on the show. Are you avoiding me? You don't like me? Are we beefing, Vanessa? We beefing? Is that what it is? We beefing. Why did you make it seem like you was all for a woman being on the Supreme Court when there's always been a promise from Biden? I can't be for a woman being on the Supreme Court. And people make promises all the time that they don't plan on keeping. Anthony, good afternoon. I brought batteries today. Welcome to the show. Got a few things on the table that I would like to discuss with you. And just a few things. We can discuss them, and then, we can all leave early. Everybody can just go home about their business and have a great rest of your day. All right? Now, that's how we going to do it today. Maybe throw some gospel. No, they won't let me do that. On the other side of the glass, your favorite millennial, Raven Mundy.
Hello.
And, got a few things. Of course, a little bit of follow-up to the Supreme Court towards the very end of the show. The White House, they said, look, Joe Biden is going to honor his promise. He's going to nominate a black woman. I was watching the news, and there were a number of potential nominees, just black woman after black woman. I was like, he's like Mitt Romney. He's got binders full of black women. Wow. He ready to go. Mitt Romney said he had binders full of women during the election when he was running. So I was just trying to play off of that. But he's got a lot of qualified people that he totally intends on nominating. Now, of course, over on Fox News panel, talking about Joe Biden picking a black woman, they suggested, look, what you're talking about is discrimination. That's discrimination. What would it seem like if there was an opening and somebody said, I'm going to nominate a white guy? And like, America. That's what it would seem like. America. That's what they do all the time. How many white guys have we had? You don't even have to say it. You just know that that's what's going to happen. You just know it. Now, they went out of their way to nominate a woman the last time. And what's so different about it being a black woman? Did anybody, when the Trump administration say they were going to nominate a woman, did anybody think it might be a black woman? Did anybody think that? Anywhere in the recesses of your mind, did you think there's a possibility that Donald Trump is going to nominate a black woman to the Supreme Court? Anybody? Anybody? Just put your hand up if you did. Stop, put your hand down. You knew he wasn't going to nominate a black woman. We knew it. But this is discrimination. It's discrimination. Come on. We not falling for this stuff no more. See, this is the old trick. Like, try to get them to the point where even saying it, it's discriminatory. So, you don't, it's bad to say that you're gonna hire, nominate, select a black person. It's bad. It's discrimination. I'm surprised they didn't throw that word in there. That's reverse discrimination. I'm surprised they didn't. I guess they dropped the reverse off of it because, we all peeped that out like a long time ago. So now you can't say reverse discrimination because we know that's just code. That's racist code word for, damn it, they're making gains. So you drop reverse, and maybe they won't realize it. Maybe they'll think that we've come so far. And why do we need a black woman on the Supreme Court? Why? Why would we even have such a thought? Why would we discriminate against black and white men like that? Why? That's what you're supposed to think. That's what they're trying to conjure up. But I'm sorry, we're not falling for it. We are not falling for it. Maybe. Like, look, you give me a Supreme Court. What is 9 of them? You give me a Supreme Court with like 4 black people, 2 men, 2 women. Then maybe, I still wouldn't fall for it. But I'm just telling you, you would have a better chance. If it's 5-4, white, black, you got to throw some other minorities in there. But they can't displace the black people, you know. Then maybe you say, hey, I'm going to nominate a black woman. Then you can start screaming, isn't that discrimination? But 1 out of 9, and you're talking about maybe putting a second one there? No, that's not discrimination. And before they start saying it, it's not affirmative action. It's not discrimination, and it is not affirmative action. Was it affirmative action when they put Kavanaugh on there? Because that was hey, I'm going to nominate a white dude. That wasn't discrimination, and it wasn't affirmative action. All right? So that's going on. That's a part of what's happening in the world surrounding this. Now the retirement is not official. Like, you know, he's still on the bench. You still got some time. I would have preferred to see him say, look, yeah, I got to go, and I got to go now. But that's, you know, that's not reasonable. Going at the end of the term, it's coming up. I'm impatient, though. I'll be honest. I'm excited. Y'all know I've been waiting for this for a long time. So I'm excited. It's like Christmas Eve, and I can't go to sleep because I'm so excited. Like, hurry up. Can we get a nominee? Can we get the hearings going? Can we get the confirmation process and get the voting? Get her sworn in. Get her a robe. As long as she don't wear like a purple robe like that chick on TV did. Get her a robe. Get her up there on the bench. Let's get it going. I'm excited for the debates. What debates? You know we're going to debate about it. Do I have to say it? But y'all know what's going to happen. The dark-skinned sister, the light-skinned sister, you know what I'm saying? Those conversations are going to come up. But I'm excited for all of it. I just want it done. Get it over with so that we can have finally a sister on the bench. Look, I'll be honest with you. I don't even thoroughly understand why I'm so excited about having it. I really don't. I really don't know. But I know that I am. Here's why. I don't think sisters in our society, black women, get enough credit. And I don't think that they get enough opportunity. I don't think that their views are appreciated and their intelligence is appreciated as much as it should be by our society and realistically, even to some degree, by our culture. I don't think they're elevated enough. I don't think they're protected enough. I don't think the black women get nearly the amount of love that we should be giving them. And just like when Kamala Harris became vice president, how there was this diminishing of her and of the accomplishment. And even some of it was by black women. Not, this ain't no shade. There were reasons to be concerned. But then once it happens, you just let all that go. It's happening. And so I hope that we don't do some of those things in this case. Like, let's make a pact. Let's make a pact. Let's support the sister as long as, I know it's a qualifier. What kind of pact is this? Is this qualified? Let's support the sister as long as she's, I'll say it like I said it yesterday, a proud black woman. As long as she is not ashamed of who she is. As long as she's not, talking about, she's like Clarence Thomas, As long as she's not that, can we all agree, no matter what, united front, we gonna support that sister? Can we all agree? And that when people start trying to turn us against her, when people start calling her an affirmative action hire, when people start saying that her being there is discrimination, when people start doing all of that kind of stuff, when people start talking about, colorism, all of that, we gonna sit it to the side and we gonna say, we support that sister. We support that sister. Can we all do that? Can we make that back? Can we all agree? I know it's a foreign concept. Support a sister no matter what they say about her. That sounds crazy, don't it? That sounds crazy. But that's what I'm talking about. Support a sister no matter what they say about her. Let's lift up a black woman. We need a national holiday for that, maybe. National holiday. Lift up a black woman day. Lift up a black woman day. Hey, can we do that? Can we do that, Miss Monday?
Today?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, lift up a black woman day. If you call in, you say something uplifting about a black woman in your life. How about that? How about that? It can be your mama. It can be your daughter. It can be your sister. It can be your wife. Call in and say something good. Lift up a black woman. It can be somebody in the community. Call in and lift up a black woman. No bashing. No bashing. How about that? It can be a civic leader. It can be a grassroots organizer. If you call in today, if you just want to, lift up a black woman. Y'all don't know, I really am excited. I am really excited. All right. Somebody said, well, the phone may not ring. I believe that there are people out here in the world who have a black woman in their life that they can lift up today. I believe that. And no, Rachel Dolezal don't count. We are lifting up a black woman today on the afternoon experience with Emanuel Livingston. Shocking, ain't it? See, y'all can't see. Tropicana walked in the room and heard me say, we are lifting up a black woman. And the look she gave me was like, what? What is this? Have I stepped into a crazy universe? Yes, you have stepped into the afternoon experience universe where we protect and lift up black women. Maybe just for today, but January 27th, lift up a black woman day. How about that? 513-749-1230. It's the afternoon experience. I'm Emanuel Livingston. I'll be right back.
All the news and information you need is just a click away at thebuzzcincy.com. Just go to thebuzzcincy.com to get the latest on world events, national news, and everything happening right here in the tri-state. Plus, you can enter a contest to win tickets and other great prizes. Find out.
Good afternoon, people. Good afternoon, people. Yeah, I'm not against lifting up black women. Yes, I agree. Not just she's sexy. That's not lifting up a black woman. Oh, she look good. See that ass? That is not lifting up a black woman. I'm not talking about Tracy Ellis Ross because this is Lift Up a Black Woman Day. So why even bring that up? I don't think he will. I do fear that there won't be very many people who want to lift up a black woman. So then you lift her up. I won't put her down. I'm not going to lift up somebody that I don't want to lift up. There's plenty of black women that I feel like deserve it. So why focus on the one that, or one of the few that I think don't? So let's not even discuss it. We're staying positive. Did I talk about the guilty verdict in the self-defense case of Mr. Edgecombe? I'm not even aware of the case of Mr. Edgecombe. Please give us some information. Or me. Maybe everybody else got it. I'm slow on stuff. Is it in program? 23 minutes after. It's the afternoon experience. My name is Emanuel Livingston. I am with you until 3 o'clock, and we just made up a holiday. It might already something like it exists, but something like it ain't this.
I mean, it's right on time. We about to enter Black History Month, so, and this is a historical moment if it comes to pass, so it's timely.
All right. So we're going to lift up a black woman. Amongst other things, of course, we got other stuff that we want to talk about. But let me see, I got a couple calls. If you want to lift up a black woman, when you call in, just tell Miss Monday, I want to lift up a black woman. Like if that's the sole reason that you're calling in, because you can call in just to lift up a black woman. So if that's the sole reason for your call, 513-749-1230, call in. Let Miss Monday know. I'm just calling to lift up a black woman. Other than that, I have other things that I want to discuss. And if you say you want to lift up a black woman, I will interrupt myself mid-sentence and take your call. Because this is Lift Up a Black Woman Day. That's discrimination, Emanuel.
Somebody on the live done already asked you, when is it going to be Lift Up a Black Man Day?
513-749-1230. Aaron.
Yes.
Aaron, you're on the buzz.
How you doing, man? I would like to lift up a Black Woman Day, man.
All right.
And her name is Kenya Nicole Hill, and she's my beautiful wife. We've been together for 20-something years, 21-something years, man. I give her praises every day on how she had my back as being a black woman when her husband was down with 2 knee replacements, weight loss surgery journey, little heart issues, and I was out of work, man, for like a year or 2 years here and there, and she kept the house rolling, and at the same time we're in the process of purchasing a house, and she said, I got your back, just like you had our back. And I just want to bless that and say that on this day that you have allowed to say Lift Up a Black Woman Day, and that goes out to my wife, Kenya Nicole Hill, man. Thank you, Emmanuel.
All right. Thank you, Aaron.
All right.
Kenya Hill, we lift you up today for your support. And love. That's important. And I look, having, being in a marriage, I'm telling you, knowing that you got somebody there that's got your, like, you try to do everything you can to, get to the point where, but something happens, and knowing that there's somebody there that can take up your slack, that's got your back, oh, it's amazing. And y'all know, women, black women, been lifting us up as a community for how long? Kenya Nicole Hill, shout out to you. 513-749-1230. We are lifting up black women today. It feels good already. And look, this is one day, I'ma say it, Miss Monday. This is one day where, like, if Aaron had to start crying, I wouldn't have mocked him. Typically, you call me and you start crying. Yeah.
I don't believe you, but okay.
No, I'm telling you, I would not have mocked him. It's easy to get emotional thinking about the support and the love that you have for the women in your life. So if you lose it, I'm not even going to mock you today. I promise I won't. Tony.
Hey, good afternoon, fam.
Good afternoon.
Just calling in, and the previous brother stole my thunder, but I want to lift up my wife, Catherine Ann Prosser.
Hold on, what's her name?
Catherine Ann Prosser.
All right.
I know if I go down, she'll pick me up and keep the family moving.
All right.
That's all I got.
Hold on. She's an intelligent woman, right?
She is. She really is.
And she loves you. She gives you all the support you need. She shows you love like you've never experienced before.
I have to say yes. She's been there through some very bad times in my life, and I ain't never had a problem with not having her shoulder to cry on.
All right.
I'll admit that.
Hey, Tony, I appreciate your call.
Okay, have a good. Hey, E.
Yes.
I'm also the Tony that wanted the gun club. What's up with that, man?
You know what? Believe it or not, we had I can't give out a detail, but I am still working on it. I haven't forgotten.
Is it like that transmission that you're working on?
It's a little different than that, but I haven't forgotten. I promise you, I haven't forgotten.
All right, bro. You have a good day, man.
All right. You do the same, Tony. Catherine Prosser. You can't beat that. Catherine Prosser, we lift you up today. we lift you up today? 513-749-1230. Hold on, Mitchell and Raymond. I'm going to get to you and let you lift up a black woman. It's the afternoon experience. I'm Emanuel Livingston. I'll be right back.
It's like deja vu all over again. All over again.
All right, Don said he can't call in, but he want to lift up Commissioner Stephanie Summerall Dumas, Alicia Reese, Hamilton County Commissioner, and Judge Tracy Hunter. All right. And we not pitting people against people. Because there are people who try to do that with Commissioner Reese and Commissioner Dumas. This one is better than that one. That one is better than this one. No, we're not doing that. Not today. And it is true, and it drives me crazy. It drives me crazy. Believe it or not, we can support more than one black woman at a time. Sound crazy, don't it? I'm talking crazy now. Getting carried away with it. What? They get to have two black women in a position of power? What? No, it can only be one. No, this ain't the Highlander. Blade, I'm not anti-woman. Look, when the time is right and it's appropriate, criticism is due. But when did it become a bad thing? Sorry, I had a text. When did lifting up black women become a bad thing? Cam says, how do you lift up a black woman that is already uplifted? You can still lift her up. Lift her higher. How about that? Lift her higher. So there's a ceiling, maybe a glass ceiling as to how high we can lift our women. Look, I'm not even going to say it. I was about to say something, but I'm not going to say it. There is nothing wrong with uplifting our women. Nothing. See, this is the stuff I'll be talking about, Raymond. When I say stuff that I don't think that there's anything controversial about, like, hey, let's lift up black women. Who thinks you're going to get pushback from black men on lifting up black women? 25 minutes to the top of the hour. It's the afternoon experience. I'm Emanuel Livingston. I'm with you until 3 o'clock this afternoon. 513-749-1230. We're lifting up black women today. We're lifting up black women because I'm excited. I'm excited about the prospect of a black Supreme Court justice. I'm really, Christmas Eve, I'm like, let's get it done. Let's get it done. Let's hurry up. Present her. Where's she at? Show her to us. Stand up at a press conference with her. Let me see her. Let them say what they gonna say, because they're gonna say stuff. They're already talking about his discrimination. They haven't thrown out affirmative action yet, but they will. They've already said she's too radical. They don't even know who she is. He hasn't said anybody, and they've already labeled her as too radical. So they're going to say bad stuff. I want us to make a pact to not let that affect us. And that moved me to, let's uplift black women today. Today. 513-749-1230. Let me go back to the phone. Mitchell.
Hello, can you hear me okay?
I can hear you, Mitchell.
When the transatlantic slave trade ended, the slave owners in the South, their focus turned to how do we keep the slaves we have reproductive. And every doctor and wannabe doctor of the South turned their focus to the reproductive organs of black women. And everything and this was at a time that they thought black people didn't feel pain. And they did experimentations and examinations of black women without any kind of anesthesia. Everything that they learned on black women is the foundation of Western gynecology. There also were wet nurses where black women were forced to breastfeed white children and neglect their own children. And then also Ida B. Wells, 100 years before Black Lives Matter, championed the cause against the lynching of black men.
All right. So you're now look, I understand what's happening. You are just in general, you are talking about the overall contributions and uplifting black women as a whole for everything that they've been through and everything that they have contributed to the society that we currently live in.
With this movement of trying to hide our history, there's no way in hell. With the children, black children I know, I'm going to let them go ignorant and not know their history.
All right. Hey, Mitchell, I appreciate your call.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
All right. That's Mitchell. I have to admit, I was a little confused. I didn't know where he was going. But he's lifting up black women throughout our history here in America. I think that was powerful. Y'all know the sacrifices throughout history that our women have been forced to make. I like that. Thank you, Mitchell. 513-749-1230. Raymond.
Hey, Emanuel, how you doing today?
I'm doing all right.
I want to lift up my wife, man, and I've been sitting here contemplating on all the things I could say, and I hope I don't miss anything.
All right.
But I love her very much, and we've been together over 30 years.
Hold on, you want to give us her name?
Yes, her name is Glenda.
Glenda what?
Cousins, like my last name, Cousins.
All right.
And I just want to tell her how much I love her and I appreciate her and all the things that she's been with me and we've been together. That she just hung in there and she gave me support when I needed it. And words cannot say all the things that I want to say, but I just want to let her know that I love her and I want her to hold on in there and just be that woman that I married. And I'm going to try to be more than the man that she wants. So that's all I like to say.
All right.
Thank you.
Raymond, I appreciate your call. Glenda Cousins. Glenda Cousins. For being there. Through whatever. And you are inspiring Raymond to be more of what he should be. Black women are inspirational. Sometimes looking at the strength that you guys have and that you show, or that you ladies, that you show, and you look at that and you're like, look at what she doing. I could be better. I could do better than what I'm doing. With everything she dealing with, and she's there, man, I can do better. It's true. It's true. 513-749-1230. We're lifting up black women. Lifting up black women. 749-1230 is the number to get on board. Like I said, if you want to lift up your wife, your mama, your daughter, your sister, your whoever, somebody in the community, somebody on the online, they said they wanted to lift up Commissioner Stephanie Dumas, Summerall Dumas, Commissioner Alicia Reese, and Judge Tracy Hunter. And just let them know that they appreciate them and everything that they are doing to make this county better for all of us. And I appreciate that. And I was saying, you know, we do get into a thing when, you know, there's two black women in a position of leadership. We got to put one against the other, and this one is better than that one, or that one is better than this one. This one is no, we ain't got to do that. We can have two excellent black women that are just both excellent. They're both different. They have different personalities. They probably have different interests. They have different ways that they go about doing things. That don't mean one is better than the other. Just, we can appreciate the difference while still appreciating both of them. There can be only one. Wrong. There can be a lot, because there are, and there have always been. Always been. 513-749-1230. That's the number to get on board. Joe Biden, he and I believe Justice Breyer, I believe I read, they're both supposed to be there, and they may both have statements, but they're talking about Justice Breyer retiring. So he's live right now speaking at the White House, talking about it. And presumably he's going to be talking about who he's going to nominate. Whether or not he's going to name that person, I doubt it. I doubt if he'll name them right now. But he has let it be known that he's going to nominate a black woman. And look, black women, y'all can destroy the myth that black women can't celebrate other black women. You can also call in. And celebrate another black woman. It's been all men. But black women can call and celebrate another black woman in your life or in this community. 513-749-1230. Hold on, bruh, man. I'm going to come to the phone, but I got to get a break first. I don't want to get you started and then have to put you on hold. So I'm going to take a quick break. It's the afternoon experience. I'm Emanuel Livingston. I'll be right back.
Radio 1 Cincinnati and the Ohio Media School are bringing you Diamond and DJ.
I really hope y'all didn't think I was like trying to be funny, but I was really serious. I don't see anything wrong. Anything wrong with lifting up black women. And Nicole, come on now, Nicole. Nicole talking about I lift up me. Somebody else. Ain't no black women in your life that maybe inspired you, or this didn't inspire you, but you look at them and you're like, that's a good woman right there. Biden says he plans to announce his nomination before the end of February. Okay, cool. See, Nicole, you playing into that stereotype, which I sure hope ain't true. I sure hope before the end of the day, I hear at least one black woman call in and say something good about another black woman. Because that's not what we're talking about. So, black women can only lift up themselves. What happened to sisterhood? You don't have a sister that you can say, this is a good woman right here. E-man, your sarcasm shows all over your face. I'm not being sarcastic even a little bit. If you're seeing something on my face, let me know so I can wipe it off. Or you're imagining. Because I'm not being sarcastic even a little bit. Not even a little bit. All right. Well, look, Mayosha, I'm not arguing with you. If the only black woman that you can think of to uplift is yourself, I feel sorry for you, but uplift yourself. And, you know, maybe you then are the personification of that black woman who look at all other black women as competition. But to the top of the hour. It's the afternoon experience. I'm Emanuel Livingston. I'm with you until 3 o'clock this afternoon. I didn't know that this would be this difficult. I really didn't. Some people like, oh, you just being sarcastic. I'm not being sarcastic. I'm being very serious. Some women are like, oh, only woman I know that I can uplift is me. I'm the only black woman I know that I can uplift. I don't believe that. I don't believe the idea that there's black women won't uplift other black women. I don't believe that. Don't believe it at all. And of course the men, I don't believe the men are like, they're lifted up enough. What about the black man? When we gonna lift up the black man? Come on, y'all. Come on. I promise I'll be learning stuff all the time. I didn't know that this would be that hard. 513
749-1230. That's the number to get on board. The Buzz.
Yes, I'd like to participate in the Lift Up a Black Woman Day.
All right, what's your name?
This is Brent, down in Dallas. How are you?
I'm doing good, Brent. What black woman are you uplifting?
I would like to lift up my lovely wife of 25 years, Olivia Andrews Beard. We met on campus at Tuskegee University. She was an English major, I was an engineering major, so we hung out on opposite sides of the campus, but the Lord saw fit to bring us together, and, you know, through good times and bad times, we are still here and still striving to just show our love towards one another as we go through ups and downs. So that's number one. Number two is the second most important lady in my life, and that's my mother, which single mother of 5 children, gave us all the opportunity to go to college, and still to this day will give you the shirt off of her back, you know, the last dollar in her purse, and the food out of her refrigerator to anyone who needs it. So that's all for now. I was going to call tomorrow, but, you know, I saw things were a little bit short on the call. So thank you, and I'll hit you tomorrow on my birthday.
What's the, you gave me your wife's name. What's your mama name?
Mama. No. My mother's name is Gladys Beard.
All right.
Yes, and if Joe Biden would nominate her to the Supreme Court, they would have well-seasoned food, and she would keep them jokers in line.
All right.
She don't play a mess.
All right. Hey, Brent, I appreciate your call.
All right, take it easy.
All right, you do the same. 513-749-1230. Olivia Beard and Gladys Beard. For everything that you do, we appreciate you. We appreciate you. We lift you up today. 513-749-1230. You know, people always like, I listen to the radio, y'all all so negative. Y'all all so negative. It is difficult to not be negative in the world that we live in. But sometimes you just, you know, it's all right to put it to the side. It's all right to put it to the side and celebrate somebody. His wife and his mama. You can't beat that. And I'm getting heavily criticized, and I'm all right with it. You know, I can take it. Somebody said, you're going to lift them black women up so high they going to step on you. I'm not concerned about that. I'm not. And if you are genuinely concerned that elevating the black woman somehow brings you down, you might want to examine something about you. (513-749-1230). Mary, you're on the buzz.
Yes, I want to elevate a black woman, uplift a black woman.
All right.
I want to nominate my mother and my girlfriends. And I would also like to uplift Tracy Hunter and Alicia Reese for the things that they're helping do in the community.
All right. Give me your mama name.
Maydeen.
You said Nadine?
Maydeen with the M.
Maydeen.
Yes.
And why you lifting up your mama?
Well, for the things that she's done for us in the past and what she's doing now in the future to help her kids, and not just only her kids, her friends.
All right. Well, Mary, I appreciate your call.
Thank you.
All right. Mary lifting up her mama, Maydeen, Alicia Reese, and Judge Tracy Hunter. All right. It seemed like y'all having a hard time having something to say that's actually uplifting. But it's not, look here. My sister, my oldest sister, well, I guess technically my second oldest sister, Sabrina Livingston. Sabrina Livingston, you know, moms, pops, they worked. She sacrificed so much to help take care of the other 5 of us. She worked to help put food on the table. She gave up parts of her own social life so that her 5 younger siblings would have everything that they needed and opportunities. She's an amazing mother. She's a great sister. She is like the epitome of what a black woman is and should be. She's brilliant. She's funny. And she, for real, she has sacrificed so much for us. And I don't know whether she know it or whether she don't, we appreciate it. And she still finds little ways to lift us up. From time to time, just out of nowhere. Just something uplifting that she will do. Something uplifting that she will do. I always kind of looked at her like, you know, mama was mama. But she was like the second mama. She kept us in line. She got me that SWAT that time. You know, it's all right. It's all right. But she got me that SWAT that time to protect me because she know mama would have probably killed me. Not literally killed me, but mama would have put it on me. But she had an idea what I needed at that time. I uplift my sister, Sabrina Louise Livingston. And I say that with absolutely no shame. I don't have to struggle to find out exactly what it was about her. Like, it was all of that. We uplifting black women today. I'm serious, y'all. I'm not joking. (513-749-1230) and I'm not done. There are a lot of black women in my life that I can uplift. And if y'all won't take the opportunity, I will. Let me go back to the phone. 513-749-1230. Vernon.
Hey, what's going on, brother?
How you doing?
Yeah, I don't know why this is so difficult for some people, but I want to uplift my mama, bringing me in this world, and raising us, doing the job that had to be done because there was nobody else there to do it. You know, and one thing you can say about all 3 of her kids is we out here working and taking care of ourselves and our responsibilities. That's because she led by example. And the second one will be my wife, who, on the front line dealing with this COVID crap for now, for the last couple of years, and still getting up every day, going to work, even though she's not felt at best, even though there's been some scares when I thought my wife was sick, but we've been okay and been blessed. But she didn't have to she doesn't have to do that job. So it's uplift her, but going down there and get the job done, being there for those people. Some very unappreciative people also, who but that's another topic. But yeah, those are 2 people I want to uplift.
Do you want to? Do you feel like you don't have to? You feel like giving names?
What do you mean? My wife? Oh, yeah. Brenda. Brenda Brooks. Joyce Brooks. I'm sorry. I talked to so much, I'm thinking you know my wife. Yeah, Brenda and Joyce. My wife's name is Brenda, and Joyce Brooks.
All right. Brenda
man.
and Joyce Brooks.
Yeah. And let's throw butter in there, too, the grandbaby, because she going to get uplifted if she throw that tablet in that fish tank one more time. I'm going to uplift her. I don't know what it is with water in the toilet. What is it, man?
I don't know.
We'll talk about that some more time. We can talk about grandbabies destroying things on another day.
Yes. Hey, Vernon,
right,
I appreciate your call.
Later.
All right, that's Vernon lifting up Brenda Brooks and Joyce Brooks, his mama and his wife. And nothing wrong with lifting up black women. We gonna break some stuff. How about that? We gonna break some stuff. This idea that we can't lift up the black woman because they'll be higher than us and then they'll take it back. Stop it. Stop it. Black women are amazing. Let me get a break in here. It's the afternoon experience. I'm Emanuel Livingston. I'll be right back.
WD.
I'm mentioning the names for a reason. That's why I'm asking for names. It means something. Oh, my mama. It means something to say that name. Because then guess what? All the people who know your mama, what? Your mama don't know you lifted her up, but maybe somebody that, I heard your boy on the radio. He was talking about you. And the people who know you like, he right. She is that. Nah, he ain't lying. That's lifting up people. And other people join in and lift up people, and it lets them know that they're appreciated. They're recognized. Sometimes it just gives you strength to keep doing what you was already doing. After. It's the afternoon experience. I'm Emanuel Livingston. I'm with you until 3 o'clock this afternoon, 513-749-1230. We are lifting up black women today. Today is Lift Up a Black Woman Day on the afternoon experience. How about that? It's hard for some of y'all. Well, we can't lift them up because then they're going to step on us. Oh, I can, as a woman, as a black woman, I'm the only black woman that I can lift up. And then, no. And this is all, look, there's going to be, I believe it, a black Supreme Court justice, female black Supreme Court justice real soon. And I'm just celebrating it. Let me celebrate another black woman real quick. This woman, when I call, she steps in. She's an intelligent woman. She helps me. She don't mind correcting me, but she also don't mind saying when I'm right. Which y'all know, a lot of y'all be knowing I'm right, but y'all don't want to say it because y'all think I'm gonna get a big head. But I already got a big head.
lot of stories. I ran into a story about a mayor up near D.C. found dead from suicide. There was another story, I forget where it was and who it was. Some other famous person lost a loved one to suicide. Mm-hmm. And I wanted to talk for just a moment. Wanda, Sister Bridge, Zarak, Darnell, bruh man, please don't hang up, because I want y'all to uplift a black woman. But I wanted to talk for just a minute about this thing with suicide. I hear about it a lot during the holidays, but the holidays are over. Talk to me about suicide for just a minute.
So, yeah, the one that really touched me was Charlie Brown's, the person that, the voice of Charlie Brown. He committed suicide yesterday or the day before. He was 65. So, you know, when you're dealing with isolation, loneliness, winter, suicide rates are higher in winter just because the days are shorter, the nights are longer, it's cold outside, you feel down, you know, you don't have that sun, that vitamin D and from the sun that helps uplift you. And then you also have what's called seasonal affective disorder. That means because the seasons change, your affect, that's your emotion, is different, and it's a disorder. So you feel tired, sad, people cry more, people are fatigued more. And so then when you're by yourself, and in this pandemic, we've been isolated for 2 going on 3 years now, having to stay in the house, can't get out and be social, it's cold, it's winter. If you don't have what do they say, somebody for cuffing season or a warm body to be next to, and you're by yourself, it takes a toll on you. And so there's no single cause for suicide. When people are stressed, they feel a lot of stress, or they have health issues, or they have both, they become, you know, scared, despair, there's hopelessness, there's helplessness, and then they will take their life. Like Regina King's son, he was 26, he had just had a birthday 2 days prior, but something happened, or even he was feeling that way on his birthday. Maybe he had some stresses going on, maybe he wasn't getting along with family, friends, relationship ends, you know, lose a job. People will, when they are in despair and they feel hopeless, they will take their lives. They don't feel like there's any way out. So you can't really say this person will commit suicide and this one won't. Somebody might tell you, hey, I'm doing great, I love life, and then by the end of the day, they feel bad and horrible. They take a bunch of pills and never wake up. But just that day, people talked to them, and they said, hey, I'm doing great, life is great. But conditions like depression, anxiety, drug abuse, family issues, all of that plays a part in when someone decides to take their life. Losing a job, people lose their jobs around the holidays. They say don't do that, but companies, because of their fiscal year, will lay people off, fire them right before the holidays when they spend all this money and went shopping, and then those people, some of them commit suicide because they're like, oh my goodness, I created all this debt, I just bought a new house, or I just got married, and they feel like there's no way out. So, well, let me. Are there? Because I would imagine sometimes there are no signs. Like everybody, like you said, that everything seems like everything is going good, and out of nowhere, that person takes their life. But sometimes I would imagine there are signs. What are signs that people can look for to know whether or not someone might be considering suicide? Yeah, so there are. So a lot of people know if people are depressed. That's pretty a common sign. Substance abuse disorders, people, sometimes they intentionally OD. Bipolar disorder, schizophrenia. When people, kids that have problems at school, that's conduct disorder. If they have anxiety, sometimes they get so overwhelmed with their thoughts, they race and keep going and going and going, and just want the thoughts to stop, so they'll take their life. And then, of course, when people have relationship issues, so let's say, they break up, they get a divorce, or they break up with a long-term relationship. If people have chronic illnesses, so cancer, and they've been battling off and on for years, or some, heart conditions, whatever it may be, chronic headaches, people may decide, I can't deal with this pain, chronic pain. They're tired of it, so they want out. So those are some issues. And then you have environmental issues that people forget about. If somebody has a lot of guns in their house, you might want to be concerned with that. And when people fight and argue and go through divorce, that's one thing we say, take the guns out of the house. Don't let them have access. They may not kill that person, but they may want to hurt themselves if they feel like they can't go on without that person, even kids too. So if kids are dealing with bullying at school, when kids get bullied often, they might do that. When people are dealing with unemployment, when Sometimes you have that group suicide thing where one teenager commits suicide, then another one does, or a child loses a brother or sister, then they want to. So they're the ones to be on high alert for, because the environment, they're in pain and they're hurting. They want the pain to end. They don't really want to kill themselves, but the kids want the pain to end, and they think that's the only way to make it stop. And so, you know, again, when people lose their jobs, lose their relationships, money, you know, they go bankrupt or something like that, or they feel like they have all these different crises and losses, that's when people will try to hurt themselves. And then if there's a history of family suicide attempts, it's more likely that that person, so if an aunt or uncle, cousin committed suicide, then there's a history in the family. So that plays a part too. And so, you know, we have to be concerned with that. And then if there's a history of trauma or abuse in the family as well, people may try to hurt themselves. So, you know, when people give things away, you know, some of the signs we know, when people start to give away their belongings, to say, I love you, or send mass texts, or post things on Facebook like, I can't do this no more, life is too hard. Those are warning signs. And so now people take to social media. And when people start talking that way on social media, we need to be aware. And when they say, I just want to give up, I can't do this no more, life is hopeless, or I'm feeling helpless, you need to check on them. And you need to call them and reach out, say, hey, bro, what's going on? Or, hey, girl, how you doing? So, and talk to them on the phone. And sometimes you can hear it, and then you need to take an action. Send the police to their house. So a lot of people don't want to die. They just want the pain to end. And so we need to be aware it's okay to ask, do you think you're going to kill yourself? That's one of the main ways that we save a life, is to just directly ask the question, are you thinking about taking your life or killing yourself? And a lot of people will answer yes. I ask my clients, and if they answer yes, then I move into action. So, and sometimes they may say, no, I would never do that. And they do it anyway. And others are like, yes, I am. But for the most part, most people will say yes. And the research shows that they will tell you the truth, and you can save a life. Just ask a direct question.
Interesting. I was going to ask that question because I would have never honestly thought to say it seems like an offensive question to ask. Like, okay, you said, are you thinking about killing yourself? Like, but you said just ask the question.
Just ask the question. It does seem like it would be very, very offensive. But the truth is, I'm hurting, I'm in pain, and I want somebody to recognize and know. And a lot of times we think people are doing well. I mean, Robin Williams, the funniest man alive, committed suicide. Don Cornelius committed suicide. I mean, I'm just thinking, you know, people really like Robin Williams. Don Cornelius, people really liked him. His wife left him. He committed suicide. Robin Williams went through a divorce. He committed suicide. You just don't know what's going to happen. You have NFL players that do it all the time. I mean, think about the Bengal guy here. They were going through a breakup. He's like, I'll just kill myself. Didn't he fall? Chris, I can't remember his name, but he fell off the back of the truck.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, so I mean, so you just don't know the state of a person's mind, regardless of wealth, popularity. There's one small thing that will cause a person to break, and there's only a hair between sanity and insanity. So we shift based on what we're dealing with in life. So ask the question, save a life.
All right, now, all of these people who have committed suicide, they've left someone behind. And, you know, I hear a lot of people talk about how suicide is selfish, but what about the people that they left behind? What do you say to someone if you're there to comfort them, you're their friend, and they just lost their son, their husband, their whatever? How do you comfort that person? What do I say? What do I not say?
Yeah, so the first thing you need to do is you have to be okay with having a conversation with the person and letting them know it's okay to be in pain, you know, because your loved one passed away. But you don't want them to hurt themselves first, because a lot of times when parents lose children, they say, I don't want to be here anymore. I don't have anything to live for. My life is over. Even if they have other children, the loss of that one is overwhelming, and so they're grieving, and they grieve for 7 to 9 years for that one child. So you have to be in it for the long haul with them. And so, again, allow them the space to grieve. Tell them it's okay. You know, if you haven't gone through it and you don't know what to say, tell them to reach out and call a therapist. That's what we're here for, and we're trained in it. Some of us specialize in grief counseling. I do. And so, therefore, be the support that they need. Help them seek out treatment. Be willing to listen. A lot of times people just want to have space to cry. People are uncomfortable with death and grief, but just giving them the space to cry and you're listening or just talking or just being present is very important. But be true to them, and don't just talk and say, I understand, or you can have another child, or you'll get over this. Those are the wrong things to say.
Okay.
So just listening is important.
All right. Dr. Thomas, give out the number for your office, if you don't mind.
All right. It's 513-948-0023. 513-948-0023, and the website is soundmindcounseling.com.
And now, if I think that I know somebody who's considering suicide, and I've asked them, but I'm still, and they've kind of denied, I'm all right, but I still think that there's a chance, and I don't even really know how to ask the question, can I kind of refer them to a counselor? What can I do for that person, if anything?
Yeah, you definitely do need to say, hey, I think you said you're okay. But sometimes, bringing in other friends and family members, say, hey, call them and check them out. See what you hear. What do you think? And then having an intervention or referring them, taking them there. I've had people drive people to the office is important. But if you think they're going to hurt or harm themselves, don't leave them. Do not leave them. So you stay in that house with them. You stay in the bedroom with them. I've had people get in the bed and lay with them. Do whatever you need to do to make sure that person lives to see the next day. It was, within your means. You can't make sure they won't take their life, but you can help them to get to another day or get to a place safe. So be okay with them yelling, screaming, cussing you out. I have people bring people dragging and screaming in, yelling and cussing them out, cussing me out. But then within 2 or 3 hours, they feel different. And they're thankful. So, you might take a little bit of verbal abuse, maybe even some physical. They might hit you or push you or whatever. But again, you're there to help them live. And so be okay with, knowing if you think they're suicidal, call somebody. Call the mobile crisis unit. Call a friend over. Call family. Be the intervention that they need.
All right. Dr. Chantel Thomas, thank you very much for calling.
You're welcome.
Again, that's Sound Mind Counseling, 513-948-0023. What's the website?
soundmindcounseling.com.
Oh, all right. I appreciate the call.
Thanks. Bye.
All right. Dr. Chantel Thomas. Now, when I come back, Wanda, Sister Bridge, Zarak, Darnell, and Bruh Man, I'm going to get y'all in. Let y'all uplift a black woman today. Because that's what we're doing. It's the afternoon experience. I'm Emanuel Livingston. I'll be right back.
All the news and information you need is just
Again, I think just another conversation that maybe people should be willing to have with people about their mental state, about suicide in general, about people's thoughts on suicide, where somebody is like, oh, it's selfish. Somebody else is like, nah, it's their life. They got a right to do what they want to do with their life. Somebody else is like, I would never commit suicide. Somebody else is like, ain't nothing wrong with committing suicide. You get to do what you want to. Talk to the people that you know and that you love. Ask their thoughts on suicide. Where do they, not necessarily if you believe that possibly they're considering suicide, like Dr. Chantel said, I'll take her word for it. You might want to ask them, are you considering thinking about hurting yourself? But other than that, just in general, it's a weird conversation to have, but it might not be a bad conversation to have. It might not be a bad conversation to have. Well, what are your thoughts on suicide? I like it when Dr. Chantel Thomas calls too. A lot of times she tells me I'm right. Oh, and I'm sorry that the batteries died on y'all. But I like to let them go all the way down before I like to let them discharge all the way before I charge them. No, it's not about being cheap. And there are different schools of thought. I'm of the school of thought that if I let them discharge all the way, they don't build up a tolerance so that they will only charge up so much. So that's why I like to let them discharge. It's not about being cheap. I mean, I've had the same batteries for 6 years. I haven't had to buy AA batteries for 6 years. It's not a matter of being cheap. It's just a matter of trying to do what's best for the batteries to make them last as long as they can. And y'all be capping on my batteries, but what's today, Thursday? I've had these batteries in this device since Monday. These are good batteries. Anthony Hall wants to uplift. I'm gonna start. I'll write it down, Anthony. I might not mention it. What kind do you buy? What brand? They're Ansman, ANSMANN. I don't know if you can. Hold on, let me see if I switch here. I don't know if you can see that. Ansman, they're the Max E Pro. And like I said, I've had these batteries for 6 years, and they are still going strong. I did not get them off the bidding site, even though I will buy some stuff off the bidding site. It is a long time. When I first bought them, it said that they might last for 5 years. I didn't believe it, but I was like, even if they last for a year and I had to buy them again next year, that'd be cool. Because, if you use devices, like, me, I wireless mics all the time. And again, I use these at least once a week for the church, all the wireless mics, get these batteries, and I don't have a problem. For 6 years, plus the other stuff that I do. And I just use them, I charge it, because for the church, what they were doing was they were replacing batteries every week. So they were spending a lot of money on batteries. So I started letting them use mine. Saved them a ton.
The best thing in the world.
3 minutes after.
Never change for anybody else.
I'm Emanuel Livingston. I'm with you until 3 o'clock this afternoon. That was weird. I don't know what that was. I don't. Huh? Okay. Yeah, I don't. All right. Yeah, I don't know what that song is.
I figured as much. You don't listen to Beyonce.
I can barely hear what you're saying. So
I said I figured as much. You don't listen to Beyonce.
Oh no, definitely.
The song she made celebrating black women.
Oh, well, okay. Uplifted. We're uplifted. 513-749-1230. That's the number to get on board. Let me go back to the phone. We're celebrating. We're uplifting black women. Bruh, man.
What's happening, E-Man?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm all right, man. I was thinking about what y'all talking about, man, and the first thing I started thinking about was my mother, my wife, and a couple more strong black women that I know. And as far as my mother's concerned, man, she passed last November, the 19th, and my mother was she raised her kids, she showed us love. We've never wanted for nothing, she disciplined us, I couldn't want a better mother than I had, man, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And then my wife, man, oh my God, man, listen, I don't even see how she put up with me, man. You know, she's a strong woman, man. Just to be bothered with me, she's strong. You know what I'm saying? She takes care of her business. You know what I'm saying? She's a God-fearing woman. You know, she just take care of her business. You know, she's a great helpmeet. You know, and I'm just glad she's in my life. You know what I'm saying? And I often wonder, what would I be without her? You know what I'm saying?
All right. You want to give us any names?
Yes, Anita Canada, Marsha Canada, and Donna Fields.
And who is Donna?
Donna Fields, she was an administrator where I worked at, man, and she was a strong black woman. She was fair, and she was stern. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Yep.
All right.
And you know I get tired of hearing, Emanuel.
What's that?
I get tired of hearing about the angry black woman, like, you know, that like there's no other angry women out there.
All right.
All righty, man.
Bruh, man, I appreciate your call.
Yes, sir.
All right, 513-749-1230. That's the number to get on board. Let me keep it going. Let's go. Wanda, you're on the buzz.
Hey, Emanuel.
Hey, Wanda.
I am enjoying the show today. I really am. But the women I would like to uplift is Holly Jenkins and Pat Lee.
You say Holly Jenkins?
Holly Jenkins and Pat Lee.
All right.
And the other person is Geraldine Robinson. Holly Jenkins and Pat Lee, we do a walking group out here with the seniors in Zone 15 in Lincoln Heights, actually. And it's called the Jazzy Sassy Seniors. We walk, we exercise, we did the flying pig, and these sisters hold us down. When we can't get to the gym because of COVID or whatever, we do Zoom. And I really, really appreciate them. And it's Holly Jenkins and Pat Lee, and the other one is my cousin, Geraldine Robinson, who is actually my sister cousin. When I'm going through things, I can call my elder sister, and she holds me down. She counsels me. She encourages me, as well as the other two ladies. But those are the women I am uplifting. It's a list of others, and if I start calling names, nobody else will be able to get in today. But those are and of course Raven. Raven holds it down. When you're not there, she's holding it down. I appreciate that in a young sister. So I need her to know that today.
All right. All right. Wanda, I appreciate your call.
Thank you. You have a great day.
You too. So we are lifting up Anita Canada, Marsha Canada, Donna Fields, Holly Jenkins, Pat Lee, Geraldine Robinson, and even our own Raven Monday. Black women who we are lifting up today. 513-749-1230. That's the number to get on board. Zarak.
Hey, what's going down? How you feel?
Hey, Zarak, I feel all right. Jiggle that cord a little bit. You got a little bit of a buzz in that phone.
But, is it better?
No.
It's still buzzing.
It's still buzzing. I think it got worse.
Okay. I'll tell you what. Can I call back?
Yes.
We'll try to get it.
Yes.
All right.
All right. That was Zarak. Darnell, you're on the buzz.
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing all right. For the call in, well, first of all, I'd just like to lift up basically all black women, because, they're being they're the actual mother of civilization, first of all.
All right.
But in particular for this call in, I lift up our sister Raven Monday, our young sisters, and the reason for that is I think she has a good command of the language. That's what wow. I mean, her use of words and vocabulary is what gets me, and that's, speaking in proper terms. So that's her in particular I like to lift up, for all black women in general.
All right.
Okay.
Zarak. I mean, no, this isn't Zarak. It's Darnell.
All right. Yes,
Darnell,
sir.
I appreciate your call.
All right, bro.
All right.
Thank you.
Lifting up Raven Monday. They showing Raven love.
I appreciate it.
She get enough hate. Every once in a while, it's all right to show some love. 513-749-1230. Sister Bridge.
Good afternoon, Emanuel. How are you?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
I'm blessed. I'm doing well. Oh, this is so inspiring and so great that you wanted to do this. I think this is just a superb idea. But if my mom was alive, she would be my first pick, hands down. But I want to lift up some women in my family because the women in my family are phenomenal, and they are talented, they're beautiful, and they have such a warm heart, and they are about service. And I'm going to say who they are. My daughter Nicole, I can't say enough about her. And my niece FBK, she just has such a warm heart. If you are in her circle, she'll always have your back. And I shouldn't say it like your circle, but she's the kind of woman that she would definitely have your back. My youngest daughter, Amber, she has always been tenacious and phenomenal. I really can't say enough about her either. There's just so many. And then I want to say some other women. Rachel Scott Prophet. I know a lot of you all know her. She's so beautiful, so warm. Love her dearly. Hope Dudley, put her in there. She's another phenomenal woman. There are just so many, like they said, Raven and Aaliyah. I can go on and on and on. And I always appreciate the work that Alicia Reese does, and Alicia Reese do, as well as Dan Michelle Kearney and Iris Rowley. I love those three women because they're always fighting for us, fighting for our community. And so, it goes without saying with them, as well as Judge Tracy Hunter. But so many, I would
all right.
take up too much time to put everybody in there. But all of us, you're great. All black women are great and phenomenal, and just believe in yourself because you have it within yourself to be what you want to be.
All right. Sister Bridge, I appreciate your call.
Thank you.
All right. I think I prematurely hit the button. Nicole, FBK, Amber. I don't know their last names. I believe Nicole's last name is Taylor, but I'm not 100% sure. Rachel Prophet, Hope Dudley, Iris Rowley, Jan Michelle Kearney. We lifting y'all up. Know that there's somebody out there. See, y'all have to understand this, and I got to take a break. I'm going back to the phone. Here's what y'all have to understand, and another reason why I think this is important. Do y'all realize how much hate people get shot in their direction? And when you get so much hate and so much opposition shooting at you, aimed at you, coming at you, sometimes you can believe that you don't really have people out there who support you, who recognize you, who love you, because you can become overwhelmed with all of the hate. So sometimes it's nice, and it gives you that break, and it's almost like a reset. You hear, hate. Hey, hey, guess what? Hey. And you're like, oh, so much hate. And then somebody says, you know what? I appreciate you. And it can, okay, forget all of the hate. I got people who love and appreciate me. And that gives you strength to endure the hate that gonna come in 5 minutes. But you can hate all you want, because somebody appreciate me. So, hey, keep showing love. We celebrating black women. We celebrating black women. Somebody says this is boring. Celebrating black women, that's boring. Oh well. Oh well. This might be the day that you don't listen. Because we celebrating black women. It's the afternoon experience. I'm Emanuel Livingston. I'll be right back.
Radio 1 Cincinnati and the
Rodney, I'm not worried about you. If you wanna, if you know the show was boring, this is boring to you. Everybody got their own taste. It's not, a negative thing. But if you bored today, you don't have to listen. I'm comfortable with that. Sometimes, there'll be an episode of my favorite show, and I'll be like, this is boring. I'm not watching this. There's nothing wrong with that. And it's not hate to say, don't listen. Because trust me, I'll act a fool another day. I'll, do my my little style of being deep another day. I'll do my own little. Okay. I'll open up the door. Maybe he'll run out. Prop the door open. She said she saw a mouse in the studio. So she don't want to go back and produce the show. I don't know what to tell you. I open up the door. Maybe he'll run out. That's all I got. Oh. Oh, I thought maybe she was breaking some rules and spilled something. I was like, oh no, she done spilled something on the equipment. Ain't nothing I can do about a mouse. I can't go in there and catch no mouse on the break. Oh. I will, Dwight, I'll look into it. I'm just saying, there's nothing I can do. I hope, just open the door. Hopefully he run out. Hopefully he run out. Or she. She's standing on the chair. That is terrible. Oh, that is terrible. That mouse don't want you, Raven. Oh, oh.
20 minutes till the top of the hour. It's the afternoon experience. We are celebrating black women right here in America, in Cincinnati, in your life. This is all off the heels of the Supreme Court Justice stepping down. He's going to retire. Joe Biden says, I will be nominating a black woman. Fox News says that's discrimination. They're going to start saying affirmative action. They're going to start saying she's not qualified. They've already said she's a radical. And who is she? We have no idea. So how could you possibly know she's not qualified? How could you possibly know she's a radical? Well, no matter which black woman he picks, we've already assigned these attributes to her. And I just thought, hey, I'm excited. I am excited. Maybe disproportionately excited, but I am excited. So I wanted to celebrate black women because I just don't think we do it enough. So black women are being celebrated on the show. So far, yeah, that's right, I'm running down the list. Kenya Hill, Catherine Prosser, Glenda Cousins, Olivia Beard, Gladys Beard, Judge Tracy Hunter, Alicia Reese, Commissioner Reese, Maydeen, Brenda Brooks, Joyce Brooks, Anita Canada, Marsha Canada, Donna Fields, Holly Jenkins, Pat Lee, Geraldine Robinson, Raven Mundy, Nicole, FBK, Amber, Rachel Prophet, Hope Dudley, Iris Rowling, Jan Michelle Kearney, Sabrina Louise Livingston. So far have all been celebrated. Somebody somewhere thinks you are wonderful, amazing, funny, smart, strong, sensitive, loving, caring, worthy. Let me go back to the phone. Zarok is back. Zarok.
Hey, thanks for taking my call. Is this a better connection?
That is much better. Thank you, sir.
No, you're welcome. Thank you for allowing me to correct it. I like to give all credit and honor and praises to the creator of heaven and earth just for being the mighty life giver and letting us live as a people to reach out and touch each other's lives through acts of kindness, acts of love and kindness, because that's what the Creator has bestowed. And you all are talking about the goodness of the Creator in the land of the living by allowing us to live and touch each other's lives and to be a living testimony to the goodness of the Creator with all that we as a people have gone through and still go through and still here to talk about it and to bestow some love and kindness, because the Creator has bestowed it upon us today by allowing us to live, talk about it, share testimony, share experiences, so that there be hope, so that we can give each other the lift, the upliftment that we need to make it another day in this captivity, which is so hard. So I like to credit the Creator for doing that and allowing us to talk and lift up our people up, our sisters, and give thanks for that. And that's all I wanted to say. And there's one more thing I want to say. Who they think gonna beat them Bengals? And with that, I drop the mic.
All right. 513-749-1230. Y'all know me. I say anybody who dropped the mic ain't never bought a decent mic. 749-1230. Oh, okay. Let me get the break in. Then Glenn, Josh, Marco, and Rosa. Not necessarily in that order. It's the afternoon experience. I'm Emanuel Livingston, and we are celebrating black women. It's Uplift a Black Woman Day on the afternoon experience. I'll be right back.
All the news and information you need is just a click away at thebuzzcity.com. Just go to thebuzzcity.com. Get the latest on world.
Oh. I got a story or two that I do want to get in here. I don't care if there is insurance. The hassle that you have to go through to get your stuff replaced, even if you just, like if you got the I don't want to say the name, but if you got the Guitar Center insurance where you just bring it back in there, replace it no matter what, you still got to go through the hassle of packing it up and taking it back. I want to do that. Just don't drop my mic. This story has me infuriated. And watching the video makes me even angrier. But I got to talk about it. I got to talk about it. But I'm saying, Janice, it don't matter if you got insurance. It doesn't matter. Now, I will tell you that my mics aren't covered by insurance anymore. They were for the first however many years I had them. But after a while, you know what I'm saying? And I would imagine maybe I can go find another company that will insure my mics. But after however many years, how many years have I had those mics? It's got to be close to 10 years. It's got to be close. I was actually thinking about upgrading, selling those and upgrading to different mics. And of course, I always get the insurance on stuff when I get it, but that insurance is not forever. And a 10-year-old mic, a 20-year-old mic, a 50-year-old mic, you still don't want nobody dropping your mic. I know some sound dudes that's got like 60, 70-year-old mics. You still don't want nobody dropping your mic. Oh, it's insured. No. Ten minutes to the top of the hour. Hold on just a second, Brian, Glenn, Josh, Marco, and Rosa. I'm going to get to you. I promise. This is out of Lorain, Ohio. It's a kind of an old story, but they finally released the footage. Surveillance footage proves lunchroom aide made a black child eat food out of the cafeteria trash. Yeah. This was at Palm Elementary School. Child goes to school,
eating, I guess it was breakfast, because it was a waffle. You know, I guess had her fill, threw it in the trash. The cafeteria worker, a white lady, comes up. You see in the video, she clearly picks this waffle up out of the garbage can, takes a towel, a paper towel or something, and wipes it off. Calls the kid back over, sits the kid down, sits down next to the kid, and forces the kid to finish eating the waffle. The kid goes home. Kid tells her parents. Parents go to the school. The principal doesn't follow protocol. Eventually, the principal and the cafeteria worker get fired. But now the parents are suing. And they just released the video because, you know, it's been the kid's word versus the cafeteria lady's word. You know, the student versus the teacher. And y'all know how some people are. We had a whole conversation with Mr. Mims. A, give the teacher the benefit of the doubt. That's what people believe. Oh, that didn't happen. Oh, you making a... Oh, that's just... You exaggerating. Well, finally, we see the video. There was no exaggeration. She picked it up. She wiped it off. Made the kid sit down, told the kid, you gonna eat this. Kid say, I told her, no, I'm not gonna eat it. But this is a 9-year-old. A 9-year-old. So then it was a minute. You know what I'm saying? She was refusing to eat it. But eventually, you can wear down a 9-year-old. So eventually the 9-year-old ate the waffle that somebody picked up out the garbage and wiped off with a towel. And people wouldn't necessarily have wholeheartedly believed it without this video. It's infuriating. That's why I say you got to support your kids. When your kid come home and tell you something happened, you got to go in supporting your kid. Be open to listening to everything. Because kids don't always tell the truth, but neither do adults. So you got to, in my mind, be prepared listening to your child. I take my child's word for it. That don't mean you got to go in fighting, spitting at people, beating them up. But I'm here as an advocate for my child. And if I find out that the kid was black, if I find out that my child lied, I'll deal with that. But I'm not automatically going in with the notion that my kid lied on this teacher and, hey, teacher, what can we do to punish my kid together? No, I'm advocating for my child. All right, let me go back to the phone. 513-749-1230. Brian, you're on the buzz.
Hey, what's happening, man? This is Brian Taylor. You may or may not remember. We've crossed paths in the past. Happy for your show. Haven't got to really dial in and congratulate you on that. I know it's been a while. I appreciate it. Yeah, no doubt. So I want to give a couple of shout-outs. First, to that family. And if there was a mother involved, a woman involved, I agree with you 100% on all of that. Like, the kid can be telling a lie, but we start from believing them until proven otherwise. Unless it's outlandish. You know, you can parse the differences. Yeah. So that's one category. Second one, I got to give a shout out to my moms, Marilyn Taylor, now Marilyn Washington. If it wasn't for her, I would never be speaking Spanish. She sat me down in a class I wasn't supposed to be in because I was a neighborhood kid where I wasn't supposed to be in the special classes. And she said, you park right there in the first grade and you don't leave that seat until I tell you. And after a week of doing that, they basically let me in the program. And that was the beginning of what is now my whole career. So shout out to her. I want to give a shout out to Robin Scott and Adrian Hood, who are two mothers who have been fighting against police brutality for years. And while they deal with that pain and difficulty, they still are able to hold it down, keep their families together, and try to live as normal a life for them and their families as possible under those conditions. And I want to give a shout out to the mothers of Ohio Families United Against Police Brutality. All those moms in there are dealing with the same kind of thing, and they just hold it down. So love to them. And Taylor Pennington, her husband has been in prison, and she has been fighting around that for quite a while and continues to just uphold his name and just be an upstanding person in general. Then the final person I really want to give a shout out to is my niece. Her name is Arianna Washington. She's in high school. She hasn't had time in life to accomplish anything yet. But I think it's important to acknowledge these young black girls and black women who have the whole future ahead of them and who have the confidence and discipline to be the type of people who will become great. Love her to death, and I appreciate you giving me the time.
All right. Brian, I appreciate your call.
No doubt.
All right. Marilyn Washington, Robin Scott, Adrian Hood, Arianna Washington. Celebrating you. Celebrating you. Glenn, you're on the bus.
What's going on, E-Man?
How you doing, sir?
I'm all right. I want to uplift and praise the woman that I told on you about last night, my mom, Dolores Oracle of North Avondale, Washington. I told her, I said, Ma, Emanuel keeps saying that you had $150 and you would have $115 and you would have bailed me out. And she said, I would have left your aid down there because you knew better. That's exactly what she said, too. And the funny thing about that story, Emanuel, I was working at the Cold and Quick drive-thru up there on Dana Avenue, and I was headed to Mr. Kelly's after I got off of work at 1 o'clock in the morning. It was adult night. It was on a Thursday. And I only had $65 left. That's $115 that I needed to get the OR bond. So we got together, made a couple of calls, brought the extra money, and that's how I got out. But she did say that I would have left your aid down there. It's like, Ma, I got to tell Emanuel the story tomorrow. So.
and what's the Dolores Washington?
Yeah, Dolores Washington.
All right.
And I also want to uplift and praise my sister. Her birthday is tomorrow, and we're going out to Toast and Berry out in Montgomery on Saturday morning. It's kind of like a first watch. They do brunch, but my sister, Ginger Edwards, man, she's just like my mom. She's my younger sister. She's a year and 8 months apart, but just like my mom, she's been my rock, man, especially these last 3 or 4 years, and all the things that me and the kids have been going through. But she's the best little sister, the best auntie, the best mom, and the best grandma that you can ever have, man. So I want to say love you, Ginger, and I really want to say, like I said, I want to uplift her and praise her and wish her a happy birthday a day ahead of time. So I just love this whole topic.
All right. Glenn, I appreciate your call.
Hey, you have a good one, brother.
All right. Dolores Washington and Ginger Edwards. Just uplifting women. That's it. It's simple. Josh, you're on the bus.
Yo, hey everybody, what's going on? I just wanted to say black women are really dope. Y'all the secret weapon to fixing this world frequency, whatever you want to call it. I just hope that y'all, learn to work together more better. That ain't really what I wanted to say, but you get the gist of what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
And yeah, man, that's all I really wanted to say. Black women, y'all dope.
All right. Josh, I appreciate the call. At black women, y'all are dope. It's true. It's true. Y'all are. Let me get this break in here. Joyce Rosa Rufus on the way. 749-1230. That's the number to get on board. We're just celebrating black women. Take a little bit of time out. This is Uplift a Black Woman Day on the Afternoon Experience. I'm Emanuel Livingston. I'll be right back.
WBBC.
Myosha says, we are. Who is we other than you? You got to know another black woman that you can uplift. Because if not, then you should just say, I am. I'm lightweight bashing Myosha, but it's, it's all in, hopefully all in good fun. Yeah, Raven, all right. She's standing on the chair. She good. She good. Did you call Rob? Or call Dan? That's who you should call. Call Dan and tell Dan and have him get some people in here. Bro, you had $65 in your pocket and you was what, 12? Talking about I told you I was broke. I don't know a whole lot of 12-year-olds, Glenn, who walk around with $65 as pocket money. You was treating at the ice cream truck, wasn't you? The ice cream truck is coming. Glenn was like, don't worry about it. I got y'all. Holding out his money. Ice cream truck would just stop. Get what y'all want. I got you. Then you go home. The mama, I'm low on cash. I'm only down to $20. You're like, here's another $50, Glenn. Minutes after. It's the afternoon experience. My name is Emanuel Livingston. I am with you until 3 o'clock this afternoon. 513-749-1230. That's the number to get on board. Hold on just a second, callers. Don't go anywhere. School district denies that they have litter boxes for students identifying as furries. Apparently, there was a rumor that there was a school district, this was in Michigan, that had, the rumor was that they had, the unisex bathrooms, and in the unisex bathrooms, they had litter boxes in there for students who identify as furries. That's people who dress up as anthropomorphic animals. It was difficult for me to get that word out, so I think I deserve some celebration. But yeah, now the administration finally had to come out and address it and say, hey, look, because there was some disturbance at like a meeting. And they say, hey, look, we never have and we never will put litter boxes in the bathrooms. That's nonsense. It's not a thing. But the thing about it that get me is that, okay, the whole thing is basically a hoax. But the fact that it's easy for us to believe that it might be true because of all of this, I'm not this, I'm that, I identify as this, I was born as that, but I'm not this or that, I'm something else. And the fact that we've seen all of this stuff makes it relatively easy for people to believe that somebody might identify as a furry. And I'm not saying that that is not a real thing, because I believe it might be. It's 2022. I identify as a dog, and so, I have to go outside and pee on a tree, or I identify as a cat, so I need a litter box to use the restroom in. Well, we have to, you can't tell people what they feel like on the inside. I'm not sure if that's true or if it's not, but the idea that we don't immediately, like right now, I can't say, because I don't want to be canceled, I can't say, that ain't true, it's fake. Ain't nobody identifying as no damn cat. I can't say that. As much as I want to and believe it to be true, I might look it up and then somebody be like, calling in tomorrow mad, like, "Meow, I'm a furry, meow, I identify as a cat and you offended me, meow." And I'll be like, "Oh, I didn't mean to offend you, I'm sorry." That's the world we live in, though. It's the world we live in. You don't know what is and what is not, because the unthinkable is true now. Let me go back to the phone. 749-1230. That's the number to get on board.
Where was I at? Joyce, you're on the bus.
Hi, Emanuel. How are you doing?
Joyce, I'm doing all right. How are you?
Well, I thought if somebody identified themselves as a cat, wouldn't they be going to the psychiatrist?
Not in 2022.
Okay,
in 2022, it would just be, they would be part of the. I would imagine they would be the LGBT
XYZ.
C community, like lesbian, gay, transgender, cat. Just add a letter and.
No, they need to go to a psychiatrist, and we have to stop all of this. 2022 has gone too far, but no, if they identify as a cat or a plant or furry or fluffy, they need to go to a psychiatrist, and they need some hospitalization. That's what they need, because and if they're not, then you probably need to get some new tests and DNA, or maybe
Hey, Joyce said that. Emanuel didn't say that. Emanuel ain't trying to diminish what you feel like on the inside.
I don't diminish what they feel. The psychiatrist will diminish what. No, the psychiatrist may validate what they feel, because remember, there's some people who had 9 personalities. We looked at them and saw one person, but they really did have 9. But they went to the psychiatrist, who helped them identify those people and see if they can get rid of some of them and all the things you need to do with that. So, no, I'm not diminishing it. I'm just saying there's some help for those thoughts, because there has to be. There has to be a drawing card. There has to be something that we do go by. So I like for the women, Iris Rowley, of course, she's Cincinnati's own freedom fighter. She's gotten laws enacted, police review boards for police brutality. We have Jan Michelle Kearney on the city council, and also Alicia Reese, county commissioner, who continues to put herself in the public eye. And all of you, the women on the Supreme Court justice list, just think all of those women are so qualified and been judges in appellate courts and lower courts and professors at college and teaching law. So we have so many black women qualified. And there's plenty of African-American men who are qualified for that job, since we don't have any African-American men on the Supreme Court. So, as saying that, you heard what I said, don't repeat, don't ask questions. So we need to have another African-American. We could have an African-American male in there, but the African-American female is who we need. We need that type of intellect and intuition and overview of those people and the laws of this country that has held us down. So I want to just thank all those great women and the younger women that come up. Remember, their footsteps to follow. They must continue to do that. And the last story is on parents should believe their children if they know they're truthful, if they know they're telling lies, they know what little kid is a liar in the house. But my son told me one story, and the school called up, your son said he had a gun in the backpack. Remember, that's when the kids were carrying guns in backpacks or something. He was only 7. I know he didn't say it. So he says, well, Mom, a little boy was in the stall. He had the door locked. I tried to get in, and I said, what are you doing in there? And the little boy said, well, I'm hiding. Don't tell anybody. So when he told, the little boy came up and said, well, he threatened me and said he had a gun. And so then they called me up. I said, what are you doing calling me about my son? You know my son having a gun. And then they went around and talked and found out the little boy was a bitch of a liar and called us both in the principal. So I'm very sorry. I said, see, I believe my son. And in several other cases, the teacher said something, and I talked to my son. He told me the story 15 times the same. I knew who was lying. So there's much listen to this show. Okay?
All right, Joyce, I appreciate the call. One quick question.
Yeah.
What are you doing with the phone?
Oh, I'm sorry. I probably had my hand over the speaker part. I'm sorry, man. You should have told me earlier that you could hear all those wonderful.
Well, people get mad at me when I talk to people, so I wanted people to have to suffer through it once so they'll stop complaining when I say
stop.
something.
You should have said stop. I hear you say it a lot. Stop, so I can hear what you're saying.
Joyce, I appreciate the call. All right. See, y'all had to suffer through it once. So y'all see why I say to people, get me off that speakerphone. So next time I do it, you always saying that. Y'all be like, thank you. 749-1230. Rosa, you're on the bus.
Yes.
Yes.
Hello?
Yes, you're on the bus.
Yes, thank you. I'm a first-time caller.
Well, thank you for calling, Rosa.
and giving honor to God.
Who's
and
the head of your life?
Staff and all the beautiful black women on this earth.
All right.
Give them praise.
All right.
And I enjoyed your program tremendously today.
Well,
and to make a long story short, I would like to honor the lady of my life, which is deceased, my mother, Ressie Bradford.
Ressie?
Yes.
All right.
And if she was still living, she would be 102.
Oh.
And I would like to give a special shout out to the 6 girls that she birthed to be women that we are.
All right.
Along with one brother. But this is about the women.
Yes.
I understand that. But I just want to give a shout out to everybody.
All right.
To everybody. And these 5 siblings that I have, yes, I'm the oldest out of 7. And I had to do what I had to do coming up while my mother, Ressie, struggled to keep, and my father, to keep a roof over our head and to bring us up right and to bring us up in church.
All right. Rose?
So a shout goes out to, what's her name, Munley?
Mundy?
Yes.
All right.
Shout goes out to her.
All right.
And keep up the good work. So I don't know why you waited so long to do something like this, because we all need recognition.
All right, Rosa.
I appreciate you, Miss Rosa.
I appreciate your call.
Okay, be blessed.
You do the same. All right, that was Rosa celebrating Ressie Bradford. Ressie's not with us anymore, but hey, Ressie raised some women, and she's celebrating them too. 513-749-1230. We are celebrating black women. Let me see. Rufus.
Hello, Emanuel.
Hey, Rufus.
How you doing?
I'm doing good.
I appreciate your show today, and you and Raven, and I'm glad to know that you are celebrating all of those that give us a birthright. And there's a couple of, my wife, Rosetta McDowell, Shalina McDowell is my daughter, Tamika Smiley is one of my daughters, and Shatika Power is one of my daughters. And those 3 women I like to give them a shout out for, because my wife has been with me for 54 years, and I just thank God for her. He blessed me with a wife, and we only, out of the 54 years, we never been apart, and there's only been one lick pass out of the 54 years, and I thank God for her.
Was you the one? You wasn't the one who passed the lick, was you?
No, she hit me because I said something smart to her. No, I knew what my daddy would want me to do for my family, and that was the first time I got. And I used a word I shouldn't have used, and she let me know what she would put up with and what she wouldn't. And that was 2 things she let me know right quick. First thing, you can't use in it, the language, you better watch your mouth. And the second thing, I'm not going to lie for you. That was the second thing.
All right. Now, hold on. Give me these. I got Rosetta. Is it? You said McDowell?
Yes, Rosetta McDowell.
I got Tamika Smiley. I got Shatika Powell, and I missed one.
Shalina McDowell. Shalina. That's my oldest daughter.
All right.
Yeah, she had 2 boys, and they are all finished high school, and they have been exposed to other schools. So she done a great job.
Yeah.
And I just thank God for them, and they just been wonderful ladies.
All right.
Because of my wife.
All right. And Rufus, I got to ask you one question. You don't by any chance own a little restaurant, do you?
No. You see me around the gas station sweeping up paper around the Marathon gas station.
All right.
That's the little dude, the little gray haired dude you see out there.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I've been knowing a long time ago that been preaching the same gospel for ever since 1966, and was ordained in '69. So I started pastoring then. So I I know the man, so I asked him for a wife, and he blessed me with a wife.
All right.
And not one to shame me, not one, but every now and then, I never had to argue with her because she never just really come out and told me. She let me know, me being the preacher, I ought to know the Bible well enough to know when I'm acting wrong. So when I would do something that I was a little off key, she would tell me, say, well, when you get time, say, now, you sit down and you read the Bible at such and such a place, and then I can see my fault.
Right.
and I couldn't argue. So I thank God for somebody like that.
All right.
Okay.
Hey, Rufus, I appreciate your call. We are celebrating Rosetta McDowell, Tamika Smiley, Shatika Powell, and Shalina McDowell.
Yes,
All right.
yes.
Thanks for your call, sir.
Okay, you take care. God bless you, and I like the show. Keep it up.
I'll do my best. 513-749-1230. I was just curious. I thought maybe the Big Mick. If I could get me a Big Mick, that would be cool, but wrong guy. Got to take a quick break. It's the Afternoon Experience. I'm Emanuel Livingston. I'll be right back.
It's like deja vu. All
Hey, I appreciate y'all calling in. I appreciate y'all celebrating black women. Oh, and I saw Elia. Elia chimed in, and I can't even remember what he said. Something about the show being boring because I'm boring or something like that. And something. So I just wanted to acknowledge that I see you, and that's really it. I see you. Yes, the Golden Arcs. He had absolutely no idea what I was talking about. No idea. He ain't never told no man, get the hell out of here before I bust that camera. He ain't never had to tell nobody that. Yeah. Stay off the drugs, son. Oh. Ooh. Where's my? There it is. He was not happy. He wasn't happy with the king, King Jaffer. Cam says, why y'all uplifting black women? Don't forget to uplift the Most High. He is jealous. I don't think he's petty jealous like that. Like, that would be petty jealous. I don't think the Most High is like petty jealous. I just don't. I have a feeling that the Most High is like, yeah, that's cool. They can uplift the women. I'm straight.
Witty, 2 minutes after. It's the afternoon experience. I'm Emanuel Livingston. I'm with you until 3 o'clock this afternoon. 513-749-1230. Can I sneak another one in? Can I sneak another one? I told you I got a lot of them. And I'm not going to get them all in. Somebody going to be mad and they're going to be left out. But Monica Tanita Roseman, I uplift you. She is my sister. She is always doing everything she can to keep the family together. Heading up the family reunion committee, all the holidays. If she could have them all at her house, she would have them all at her house and make sure everybody was there. Making sure everybody got something for this and everybody got something for that while raising her own family and dealing with, because, we all deal with little traumas and stuff like that. But while dealing with that and keeping her class and all of that good stuff. It's a good woman, a good sister. She gave me a book about like financial independence or something like that. I ain't gonna lie, I didn't read the book, but I appreciated the thought. We gotta all be financially independent, and it's important for every single one of us. Monica, Tanita, I appreciate you and I uplift you. 513-749-1230. That's the number to get on board. And let's go back to the phone. Diana.
Hi, how are you?
Diana, I'm fantastic. How are you?
Yes, I'm good. I'm a first-time caller, but I listen to you on my way from work, and I get up like 2 o'clock.
Well, thank you for calling.
I would like to give a shout-out to my Aunt Bernice Moreland. She's deceased now. But she was the glue to the Best family. She started the family reunion about 35 years ago, and what wasn't at the reunion, she always made sure it was there. Yes. And she was the glue. Anybody in the family that needed help or anything, you could go to Aunt Bernie. She raised me with her 2 boys. And she was a chef at Green Hill Country Club for 15 years. She was a chef at Wyoming Golf Club for 15 years. She worked at the Goodwill places for years and years. And she taught me how to cook. And everybody now comes to my house to eat. So I want to give a shout out to her. I know she's up in heaven smiling and laughing at me. But Bernice Moreland, I love you.
All right. Okay. Diana, right. I appreciate your call.
All right, thank you.
All right, Bernice Moore, we celebrate you. We celebrate you. Let me go back to the phone. Kelly.
Hello.
Hey.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Awesome. Yes, my name's Kelly Houston, and I am calling to specifically, I have 3 daughters, and my 3rd daughter, Kelly Houston, she is a wonderful student, and she is actually starring in Dr. Moreau's Island at Performing Arts, and this is her first lead performance. She's been at Performing Arts since she was a kindergartner. She is now a freshman in high school, and this lead performance is something we're all excited about, and I just want to uplift her and tell her that I'm proud of her.
And what'd you say her name is?
Kellesia. I'm Kelly. She's Kellesia.
Kellesia?
So, yes.
All right.
Kaleja Houston, and she's like I say, she's starring in Dr. Moreau's Island, and that is February 4th, 5th, and 6th at the School of Creative and Performing Arts. We would love for everyone to show up. Tickets are only $15, and she's going to put on an amazing performance.
All right.
And I'm excited, and I'm thankful that you're doing this.
Kelly, can I just say I can appreciate the name. I don't know what it is to want to name your daughter after you. You got Kelly and Kaleja. I got Emanuel and Imani, and there's a special bond there.
It is. It really is.
It might sound weird, but it is. Kelly, I appreciate your call.
Yes, thank you, man.
All right. Kaleja Houston. Kaleja Houston. All right. 513-749-1230. Let's keep it going, Mr. 513.
Hey, Mr. Emanuel. Hey, this is overdue, man. I'm glad you're doing this. You caught my ear today, and so I want to thank you. And I think we need to give praises to the men and the women, black men and women that are doing the things in this city, country that we that help us all out. And so thank you for doing that. Second, I want to thank Dr. Thomas. I really enjoyed when she called, when you have her on your show. She was good like that when they had Sisters Speak, but
yes, she was.
It's just a different perspective now, and she's always on point, and that's that professionalism in her. So I really appreciate when she's on here. Hey, I'll make mine quick because some people already said it. All the ladies all the mothers who just being mothers, who do the right thing, because just dealing with people, or even if they're yours or not yours, it's being a mother. Whew, we could be on that all day. Just thank y'all for being a mother. And like Joyce said, I said it to somebody yesterday that was white. They didn't get it, and they were talking, well, I thought we getting a black person on the Supreme Court. We need to get a couple more, but praise God, we finally getting, since Thurgood passed away, we've been needing a black person on there, and we all know what that means. But anyway, and the other thing, I want to thank the black ladies on City Council. I want to thank Alicia Reese, of course. That young lady been working since the 90s, man, for the community. That's what's deep. People just don't get it. Some people don't get it. I think a lot of people do get it, but she's been working since the 90s for the people in the community of Cincinnati. That's just great. And I also want to thank Captain Pettis over there. She's a nice, attractive, smart lady. People, if you just knew her history and how she is, I think a lot of people appreciate her. She would be a good chief of the police if I throw that out there. Oh. And what was I going to say? Oh, thanks, Sandra Jones Mitchell. I don't want to start naming people really because there's so many, but definitely, that young lady right there, been working since the 90s to help our senior citizens and some other people out. I just appreciate the people that help the citizens, community. Yeah. All of us, man, whether it's small, big, or whatever, they helping. And that's it. Like I said, I didn't want to take up too much time because, I could be long-winded, Emmanuel.
All right. I appreciate the call.
Have a good one, man.
You do the same. 513-749-1230. He wanted to celebrate Danita Pettis, Sandra Jones Mitchell. We already said the other ones, and I'm going to do the whole list. Trust me. It's the afternoon experience. Got to take a quick break. I'll be right back.
Radio 1 Cincinnati and the Ohio Media School are bringing you Diamond.
I didn't want to say nothing. He was like, I'm going to be real quick. He wasn't all that quick. But it's all right. And I appreciate Captain Pettis as well. Captain Pettis, y'all know that there are some Cincinnati Police Department law enforcement officials that don't like me even a little bit. And they make it known in almost every way that they can. And I don't know whether Captain Pettis is one of them, but she don't make it known. I've met her a few times. She was always very nice, very professional, and cordial, and all of that kind of stuff. Always. So, yeah, no, I got nothing negative to say about Captain Pettis. Nothing negative. I can tell you some negative stuff about some officers, but she's not one of them. Cecil Thomas is not an active law enforcement official, a police officer here in Cincinnati. "35 minutes after. It's the afternoon experience. My name is Emanuel Livingston. I'm with you until 3 o'clock. Cecil, Thomas, Nettie. Hold on just a second. Told you I got to get them in. My youngest sister, Frances Renee Livingston. That's right. I'm hitting all the middle names. I'll celebrate you. Let me tell you, when I was in high school, and, we had moved out of the district, but I wanted to go to Aiken. She stepped up and was like, you can come and live with me so I don't have to do that special transfer and all that kind of stuff. So she let me come and live with her. And it gave me opportunity to watch her be a mother to her daughter. And, that kind of helped me learn to be a father to my daughter. Just watching her being a mother helped me. I know she was like 2 years older than me, so she was like a protector. I never actually enlisted her services, but there was a few times where she was ready to knock some heads for me. And now you gotta appreciate that, because you can't be socking girls. But when you got a sister that can sock the girls, you know what I'm saying? It might not sound like the most positive thing, but when you know what I'm saying, younger, that's something it's a good thing. At least you feel like it is. She's a brilliant young lady. I've seen her go through some stuff that might break some other people. And then she just bounced right back. Stronger than ever.
And can I tell you the way that she took all of the nieces and nephews and the way that she did things with them, and like years and years and years ago when they was little bitty kids, and they still talk about it like it happened yesterday. And I know my daughter takes some of that stuff, and so now she takes all her nieces and nephews and she replicates it and just creating those memories. Wonderful mother, wonderful sister. Just, I celebrate you, Frances Renee Livingston. I'm going to get mine in. 513-749-1230. We're celebrating black women today. We're lifting them up. We're lifting them up. My daughter talking about fiesta. I'm like, what the heck is a fiesta? That don't even make sense to me. Y'all remember Aunt Fran used to have us? Okay. Let me go back to the phone. Senator Thomas.
Good afternoon, Emanuel, as well as Raven. It's fun listening to you guys in between meetings. And I'm chiming in late. I don't know if somebody's already mentioned this, but my pick would be to the women, the single mothers who are the head of their households, who are trying to manage the home along with trying to work and hold it all together. Oftentimes when I was on the police force, I would go into a situation where a mother, and she's got maybe 2 or 3 children, and it's amazing how they are able to hold it all together through some of the most difficult situations. Many times.
All right. Sorry about that. got it fixed, and we'll be back there. Damn, Cecil Thomas? No, Cecil didn't do it. I was just being silly. Oh. Hey, when stuff happens, you got to do what you got to do and then keep it moving. So we'll finish up with Cecil. that might have been the clock to do. We hit snooze. The clock to doom went off, and we hit snooze. So I don't know how much time that give us, but it's a little bit of a reprieve. The universe don't like us celebrating black women. I say after universe if that's how you feel. F stands for forget, by the way. You know, I'm not a cusser. Minutes to the top of the hour. It's the afternoon experience. Had a little technical something happen there. But we back. I don't know what Cecil Thomas did to the phones, but don't do it again, Cecil Thomas. You're back on the buzz. Okay, I don't hear Cecil.
Sitting there talking away. But anyway, I was just giving a shout out as far as the single moms who are the head of their households, who oftentimes get a bad rap. That old adage, one bad apple spoils a whole bunch. Well, that's just not true. Oftentimes when I would go into homes doing my time on the police department and the mother was there, she had 3 children. She had to work. Now, when she had to work, oftentimes she had to work second shift. Mm-hmm. And it was difficult to find child care for second shift. So a lot of those mothers would say, I tried to work second shift, but they didn't have child care. And especially a lot of them had to work weekends because it's very hard to find a 9 to 5 from 9 in the morning to 5 in the evening off every weekend. You're not going to find that for most of the young mothers of color who are just trying to make ends meet. So those that have been able to do that and still raise their children to be very, prosperous and things of that nature, those are the ones that I put at the head of the table in any given situation. All right. And so I just want to throw that out there.
All right. State Senator Cecil Thomas, I appreciate it. I'm not sure who that is on line 1. If you can, Nettie.
Hey, greetings to you from beautiful Lincoln Heights, and I love what you're doing today. I want to do it in memory of first, and that's my mother, soft-spoken. I mean, all these women that I'm going to mention, soft-spoken and for real. Annie Louise Winburn, Ressie Bradford, Leola Childs, and Elise Wiley.
Hold on, say those names again. I'm sorry.
Annie Louise Winburn, Ressie Bradford.
Ressie?
Yes, Miss Ressie. She was all that in a bag of chips. Leola Childs, Miss Childs.
Leora?
No, Leola.
Leola.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Childs?
Childs, Childs.
Yeah, Childs.
Okay, and Elise Wiley. And this is Charles Wiley's mom.
Lee Wiley.
No, Elise.
Elise.
Yeah, Wiley.
All right.
And now, I want to also, the living women, Colleen Winburn, Sharon Ware, and Raven Mundy. y'all are all that in a bag of chips.
All right.
And y'all have stood up, and I'm so glad about this show, Emanuel. And thank you for telling us about your sisters.
All right.
God bless you.
All right. Thank you very much. 513-749-1230. Okay, I got to sneak somebody else in here. My daughter. I'm not going to celebrate my daughter. Come on. Good young lady. You know, she made some decisions that she was going to be a certain way and live a certain life. And she went to college and she worked and she, got great grades. She had that little baby, and she is one of the best mothers I know. One of the best mothers I know. She worked hard. She do everything she can to do everything. Like, she don't like asking for help. She's big on, I got it. I can do it. So she out there, young lady, living her life on her terms, on her own. And when I say on her terms, I just mean she don't need your permission. She don't need your help. She's doing what she had to do, and she's doing a great job raising my granddaughter. So you can't beat that. You can't beat that. She ain't in no trouble. She ain't got no record. She ain't hurting nobody. She's doing her life the way she wants to do it, and she's successful at it. You can't beat that. So I celebrate you, Imani Kiara Livingston. I celebrate you. 513-749-1230. Sean.
Hello, Emanuel. How are you doing?
Sean, I'm fantastic. And you?
Great. I'm calling from the ATL. I've lived in Cincinnati pretty much all my life, except for the last 18 years. I am 56, and I listen to you every day, even though I don't get a chance to call in.
Oh, thank you.
I want to lift up my sister, Charlene Mills. She helped raise me. I also like to lift up my sister-in-law, Reverend Emma Drummer Barnes, and I also would like to lift up my wife, Satina Drummer Nutter.
You said Fatina?
Satina, Setena.
And what was the last name?
Her last name is Drummer Nutter. Nutter like Nutter Butter Peanut Butter Sandwich Cookie.
Drummer what?
Nutter.
Drummer Nutter.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know it's interesting, bro.
All right. Satina Drummer Nutter, Emma Nutter Barnes, and Charlotte.
Emma's last name is Emma Drummer Barnes.
Drummer, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those two, they're sisters, and my sister's name is Charlene Mills.
All right.
And thank you for the opportunity. There's been some wonderful women in my life. And like I said, I'm down here in Atlanta, and I've been blessed to have been involved with several women who helped me in my career down here. When I came down here, I reinvented myself. And there have been a few ladies who have helped me with my job here at Emory University. And so I understand about uplifting women. And a lot of women down here, they do uplift their men.
All right.
All right. Thank you very much, bro. Be blessed.
Sean, have a good day. You do the same. I appreciate the call. 513-749-1230. Uplifting black women today. That's what we doing. That's what we doing. Marcus, you're on the buzz.
Hey, good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Hey, I just wanted to make it quick. I know you run a long time, but listened to your show, long-time listener. Called a few times, but today was actually kind of special hearing you. Took a little bit of time to even get the courage to call because one of the people I wanted to really put up was my mother. She passed away, breast cancer, roughly 2 years ago, so even talking now hits me a little different, but she definitely put me in the right lane and kept me in the right space. It was even hard trying to speak about it, but I just definitely want to say Shonda Stanley. I want to thank you. And also I want to put out there my wife because she was a big part of my life that kept me going, Dominique Stanley. And then I want to put my daughter in there, both of my daughters, Seisha Gold and Elijah LaCole. Thank you. And that's all I want to say. And I appreciate you doing this.
Give me them daughters' names again. Seisha Gold?
Seisha Gold and Elijah LaCole.
Elijah Lacole.
And my name is actually DeMarcus, so I heard you earlier talking about the name, so DeMarcus and Delijah.
All
and
right.
then Sasha Gold and Elijah Lacole, so yeah.
All right. Hey, I appreciate the call.
No problem, appreciate you.
All right. Y'all know I got to get at least 2. Actually, I think I got 3. Here, I got to get this one in. Yeah, my mama. Man, y'all, my mama was everything. And I remember there was a time when I had made a decision that I wasn't going to do Christmas no more. And my mama was furious. My granddaughter is not going to not have Christmas. She makes sure that happened. She, Mom went through some stuff like everybody and made sure that we were taken care of. Made sure that we knew we was loved. Made sure that we had somewhere to stay, some food to eat, and that everything was all right. I'm celebrating Helen Ann Livingston because I celebrate black women. Intelligent, hardworking, strong, and loving. She passed away breast cancer, got her hate breast cancer. But she was a fighter to the end. Figuratively and literally. Helen Ann Livingston. All right, let me go back to the phone. Carol.
Hi, how are you?
Hey, I'm good.
Oh, good, great. I like to lift up my daughters. My daughter, Sadara Owens, she's an amazing mother of twins. My twins are the most intelligent 2-year-olds that I've known. They're already beginning to read. She puts so much time into those boys. I love her for that.
What's her name?
Sadara Owens.
All right.
The mother of twins, and they're doing sight words, and they just turned 2 in October.
All right.
Yes, sir. So I'm so amazed at what she does with those twins, and it makes it possible for others to just pour that time into the children. They can do it as well, as she posts it on Facebook. So the growth is there, and it's not just limited to my twins. Anybody can do it if you put the time in, and that's what she's demonstrating. So hats off to her. Oh. And I also would like to celebrate my daughter, Alina Owens. She is a registered nurse, and through the pandemic, she has been out there doing her thing and trying to be safe and making sure that others are taken care of if they were affected by COVID. So my hat goes off to her as well, and in so many other ways. Right. I also like to toss my hat in and say, give a shout out to my adopted daughter. My best friend died, so I took her in as my own when she was just 13. So that's my baby too. She's an amazing mom. She got married at a very young age, and she's been doing her thing, her and her husband. And she's a great mom as well. So those are the 3 daughters that I like to give a shout out to.
All right.
Also, my mom, Joan Lewis, I like to give a shout out to her because she has an amazing daughter. And that would be me. And so I just like to say hats off to all of the amazing women, black women that are out there.
Yes.
Holding it down. We've been going through the struggle for a very, very long time, and our struggle has not ended yet. We still got a long fight ahead of us. And that said, right. We need you brothers to hang in there. We
all
got
right.
your back.
Carol, I appreciate your call. All right, that was Carol. Let me get Dosey. We're running out of time, y'all. Dosey.
I'm going to try to make it fast. I like to celebrate my mom, who is 92, be 93 in May. She was the first black nurse that I ever knew.
What's her name?
I didn't hear you.
What's her name?
Oh, her name is Lillian Kitchens. She cared for Reed Hartman. She did private duty, Faith Pose. Mr. Gentili, who brought the Chiquita, Bananas here, Dorothy and Marion Rawson, they're socialites. And I'm not bragging about those people because at the time when she was doing it, I just thought all the nurses took care of those people. But she also, more importantly, cared for her husband who died of lung cancer. her son who had multiple sclerosis, and also her daughter. Speaking of her daughter, who's Patricia Young, she simultaneously got 2 degrees, one from UC, a master's in law, and also Xavier as a paralegal in the same year.
All right.
Just let me say this, because this is very important.
You got to be real quick, because I'm almost out of time.
I'm trying to say it, while suffering mental illness. So that's her daughter was suffering mental illness, but she got those degrees as well. I want to lift her up.
All right.
And many, many, many more people.
Yes.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I thank you. Fallon.
Hey, I was to call and lift up all of the wonderful females in the Facebook group who we interact with that make this show amazing, including Raven. This is actually Jerica. Of course, Fallon is just my phone name. So, yes, I want to uplift all of you ladies. Raven, love you. You're amazing. Love that you're following your dream. And, of course, I wanted to uplift my mother as well, who passed from cancer last year. So, love you guys.
All right. Thank you. I got to get ready to get out of here.
Wait. I didn't even get to do mine.
All right.
To the end of the show, because I wanted everybody to get theirs out. I got to uplift Della Jo. I love that woman to death. She just had her 82nd birthday, and she has been my rock since I got here. Then she got me at 3 weeks old, and I ain't left her side since. So I uplift you today, Mommy.
All right. Hey, I appreciate everybody. I didn't throw in my mother-in-law, and I don't want to give out her name because she might hit me, and Mrs. Livingston. Just 2 amazing women. Mother-in-law, one of the nicest people I ever met in my entire life. Kenya Hill, Catherine Prosser, Glenda Cousins, Olivia Beard, Gladys Beard, Tracy Hunter, Alicia Reese, May Dean, Brenda Brooks, Joyce Brooks, Anita Canada, Marsha Canada, Donna Fields, Holly Jenkins, Pat Lee, Geraldine Robinson, Raven Mundy, Nicole FBK, Amber Rachel Prophet, Hope Dudley, Iris Rowley, Jan Michelle Kearney, Marilyn Washington, Robin Scott, Adrian Hood, Arianna Washington, Dolores Washington, Ginger Edwards, Rissy Bradford, Rosetta McDowell, Tamika Smiley, Shatika Powell, Shalina McDowell, Bernice Moore, Kalisha Houston, Danita Pettis, Sandra Jones Mitchell, Angie Louise, Ressie Bradford, Leola Childs, Elise Wiley, Colleen Winburn, Sharon Ware, Charlene Mills, Emma Drummond Barnes, Tina Drummer Nutter, Shonda Stanley, Dominique Stanley, Sasha Gold, Elijah Lacole, Alexa Owens, Joan Lewis, Lillian Kitchens, Patricia Young, Della Jo, Sabrina, Francis, Monica, Derica, Imani, and all Brenda and all the other black women out there doing stuff. We lift you up today. We appreciate you. My time is up. Al Sharpton is next. Raven, thank you for everything that you do. Everybody who called, everybody who listened, thank you for indulging me and uplifting black women. Until next time, it's been the afternoon experience. I'm out, y'all. Peace.
1230 AM WDBC Cincinnati, an Urban One station. We are 1230 The Buzz, your talk station.
I'll be back. sorry. I got to go fix this. I am still working on fixing the station. But I'm almost there. I got Al Sharpton on the air. That's step one. Now I got to do one more thing. And then I'll be good. But I'm not sure how long it's going to take. So what I'm going to do is I guess just end the live. I appreciate y'all hanging out, but this is an emergency. I got to be on air. We were off air for quite a while. Finally got that together, and I got to do one other thing. Figure out one other thing to get us back on air. So I appreciate y'all. And I guess I will see y'all tomorrow. It's the Week in Review. Do not forget the Week in Review. Thank everybody who called and celebrated Black women. It might have seemed corny to some people or boring to some people, but it felt important to me. So I appreciate y'all. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.